personal data is protected by the Privacy Act 1988 and the secrecy provisions of the Census and Statistics Act 1905. And that means that staff, our staff, all ABS staff, and nobody can collect or work on census data without being signed up and sworn in as an ABS staff member. That's a legal requirement as well. But any staff are legally required to protect the information. Staff working on any stage of the census are covered by all of these laws, and it's against the law for any present staff member or past staff member. So if I leave the ABS in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years time, and I have seen any data, it is illegal for me to share in any way information collected under the Act. And we do prosecute and that anybody who has been caught in any breach. And it's only happened a very, very few times. In fact, I only know of one in my lifetime where someone has been under, doing that, and they were doing it for not census data. They were doing it with commercial, with economic data for personal gain, and they were prosecuted and imprisoned for that crime. So anyone, including other government agencies like the police, ATO, Centrelink, or housing, or anyone else, we cannot share information, the census information with. That is all held by law. So just to talk about cyber security and data security, which is obviously a huge and important aspect of what we do with our online form and the processes of the ABS. So we protect personal information using strong technical, physical, and legal safeguards. Census data is encrypted. It's stored securely in Australia on Australian-based cloud infrastructure. It can only be accessed by authorised ABS staff on a need-to-know basis. And the Census website and online form use strong security standards. So they're independently accredited. We use a range of protections to keep census systems secure. I can't actually go into a number of those systems and securities in detail because that would compromise the security in some way to give that advantage. So unfortunately, if you work in that part of the world, I'm not allowed to talk about it in a great deal of detail. But the census online form is built and secured in accordance with the security requirements specified by the Australian Cyber Security Centre, and that's more or less all I'm allowed to say about it. But we have a range of processes that make sure information on census forms stays confidential, and we do interact with the Australian Cyber Security Centre regularly, as well as others in government who are experts in this field, and we use the strongest encryption technology available to make sure that information stays secure, confidential, and that is by law. The ABS is legally required to keep data secure and not release information in a way that can identify an individual.